I don't know, but that's Avril Lavigne, man. That's Avril Lavigne's album from I think last year, the year before. I like Avril. I've always liked her. I like that now she's like 40 and she still has piss and vinegar in all of her music. Makes me happy. Uh, that's a good song. Jack, blah. Woo-hoo. Welcome to Jaffe Talks or whatever the show is called. This is the more casual show on the channel. You know, we'll get into some game stuff if you want. I got some weird topics. We'll take call-ins. It's very casual. And then afterwards, I got to pick up some groceries. And then if I got the energy, I'm going to stream some more Kingdom Come 2. I am very much enjoying that, their video game. I actually reached out to the creator director of the game, and I was, much to my delight and surprise, not only did he say he enjoyed the God of War games I got to work on, but I said, hey, come on the show, let's talk about your game. And he said, yeah, we could do that. Now, I don't know, nothing's locked in or anything, but it's always nice to get a initial confirmation. We'll see what happens. I hope we can talk. But one of the things he did say that was very interesting to me was he was watching the show from this morning. Thank you for watching, bud. His name is Daniel. And he was, on the show, we were talking about this tweet that's going around, and I think it might even, I don't want to misquote the great Smash JT, but I want to say that Smash JT did this article on his blog or whatever he has, talking about how Daniel had said a couple years back that, hey man, this character you play in the game, Henry, is a Christian dude. He's straight, this, that, and the other. And then Daniel's saying, he's like, dude, I didn't say that. He said that was an intern at the company that said that. So I definitely want to talk to this guy about that, because this is one of the best games of the year. I mean, obviously we're just into the year, but it will be on a number of top 5 lists. It'll probably be a game of the year contender. I mean, boy, I'll tell you what, if this is not a game of the year contender, then I would say that we're in for a hell of a 2025, because this game is great. No, that was some person on YouTube, says Darth Nugget. I don't understand. What are you talking about, pal? Anyway, regardless, though, I love the game. I will be playing more of it tonight. I hope to stream it, but that's not this show, because I like to do that on OBS because the games look better and the video looks better. But I'll give you a heads up. I got to go get the grade. Doesn't matter. Welcome to the show. Come on now. Shah Saleh says it's boring after for me. Easy return, not my cup of tea. Absolutely. I get it. That game is a very unique cadence. It is a very unique game. I am staggered and stunned and sucker punched that I am digging it and enjoying it as much as I am. A Warhorse person on YouTube comment said that about Henry, not Vavra. Oh, well, according to what I read, I'm almost certain it was Smash JT said that, but if I got it wrong, I got it wrong. Great. Well, then even better then. So what is everybody so fucking upset about? Do you dress in the dark, Jaffe, says Anonymous? Honestly, here's the deal. I got to be honest with you, sir. Your mom doesn't like me to turn the lights on when I leave. She's just like, look, please just feel for the money by the bedside. I have terrible migraines in the morning. Don't wake me. And so more often than not, if she's feeling that way, I will dress in the dark. You caught me. Okay. Jaffe says, Jacob, buddy, you worry too much, man. He says, Jacob, as a man with beautiful hair, what do you recommend to fix my hair thinning situation? Unclench, sir. Unclench. Why do you give a fuck? How old are you? I mean, if you're 18, I get it. But once you get beyond the age of like 25, 26, if you're worried about your fucking hair, you got yourself a bit of a problem. And I don't mean that like I'm being a dick to you, sir. I love you with all my heart and soul, but you got yourself a bit of a problem, because if the kind of people, and I'm assuming it's a vanity thing, or it's a thing like, you want the ladies, or maybe like the men folk, but you want somebody you want to tickle someone's fancy. And I get it, but my only advice really is that's just you know, I mean, unless you're a fucking model, unless your looks are model, I mean, I want you to really listen to what I'm saying here. If your looks are model quality, then I get it. Either because you are making money off your looks or you have come up in your life and you have benefited from pretty privilege and you don't want to lose it. That's not the vast majority of people. And in that not being the vast majority of people, assuming that's not you, I wouldn't worry about it. Shave your head, fucking let it go bald, live your fucking life. And that's a hell of a lot more attractive than some, you know, amazing head of hair. That's my take. Go ask a woman or whoever you want to have sex with, see what they say. Jaffe says Brett plays game. What's good? Oh, everything's good, sir. Why is your Twitch always empty? More people should migrate over here. Honestly, I stream on Twitch because why not? A lot of people like to support me. Well, not a lot, but some people like to support me over there. They can give their Amazon Prime, which I highly recommend. Wink. But I don't stream there because they take 50% instead of 30%. Almost as important, I just don't like their you know, I do just as much with video stuff for my streams as live streams. And so I think that's an easier place here on YouTube to curate that and serve that up in various ways. But I think Twitch has a lot of great functionality I wish YouTube had, but that's the main reason. Plus, I think Twitch is a little young for me. YouTube seems to be that kind of place at this point where there's stuff for all ages. And, you know, I don't want to be over there where people think I'm trying to compete with a bunch of fucking, although I guess that's kick these days, but that's just, you know, I don't know. That would be my answer. But thank you for watching anywhere you watch here, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, whatever the fuck it is. Okay. Reading the chat. Don't listen to Jaffe, says Eric. Get a transplant. That's horrible advice. I didn't say let yourself go. I did not say let yourself go. You can take care of yourself. You can treat your body with health, but there's a difference between going, I'm going to hit the gym or eat well or get a good night of sleep, and going, oh, my stars and garters, I'm starting to lose my hair. That's just stupid, man. That's just fucking stupid, is what I would say. So, if you want to call into the show, there is a, you know, a goddamn thing at the very tippy top there that you can click on and, you know, chat with us if you want. Thoughts on Trump's mass deportations, Rambo? My understanding is they haven't really happened. They're doing catch and release still, which they complained about. What else? They are deporting people, but not at a higher rate than Biden was. So what I have been reading, and I don't know if this is true, I'm not really following it, but what I've seen in the headlines, how about that, Rambo, is that the mass deportations really have not yielded mass deportations. It seems like either they haven't happened yet, or it's more of a kind of one of those like, oh, I'll lower the price of eggs, I'll build the wall. Hey, man, I mean, look, I don't want to see democracy get destroyed. Of course not. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't either. But what I will say is that there is a part of me that's looking forward to just sitting back and going, okay, I'm fascinated. If this guy doesn't do what he said, and a lot of you guys and girls who voted for him, I just want to see what your response is. And it's too early. It's too early to, you know, lay out the accusations on the man yet. He's only been there for a couple weeks. Some of the stuff he's done sounds pretty terrible. But you know, I says to the man, hey, give him a shot, but I can't stand him. And, but I have a feeling, he's going to let you down like he always does. Maybe he won't though. We'll see. Do with that what you will. My thoughts on beginning of DEI. My coworker said it started with an end to slavery. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know. I don't really, you know, I don't really care. I mean, I care, of course, but I can't with you people. You people. What do you mean, you people? You know what I'm saying? I can't anymore. I'm just tired. I'm tired of all that shit, man. Darth Nugget, yeah, absolutely. All presidents have done terrible things. You could ask that question to anyone who's ever voted for any. Sure, yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Jaffe, we have a caller wanting to discuss with you.
What do they want to talk about?
I do not know. They're not put in the chat, but they've been waiting patiently, and they have a cool background.
Okay, well, that'll do it. I'm an easy lay. Let's do it. Hey, where'd he go? Maximilian, what's up, champ?
Oh, thanks. I want to give you guys props for having this type of platform too. This just shows great to have people just be able to call in. I love it. Thank you.
We are an equal we are very DEI here, Max. It's all about the ESG, DE. I don't fucking know.
I try to bring you some stuff that you might not be talking because you focus a lot on games.
Go. What do you got?
I love games and movie talk.
I love movies as well.
But it's talking about creators. So right now there's news that the creator of Deadpool, you like the Deadpool series?
Oh, I saw this story. Yeah. Rob Liefeld. I mean, I don't know him. Every interaction digitally I've had with the man, meaning I've seen him at various conventions. He seems like a genuinely nice fellow. And he also seems like someone who has gotten so much shit from a lot of these fans that I don't know how he's able to remain so nice. But yeah, he's the creator of Deadpool. He was one of the Image guys who left and started Image. He was one of the kind of the first real famous 90s era comic guys. Yeah, I'm familiar with him. Yeah.
Okay. So I read the article.
Yeah.
And he is saying that he was invited to all these after parties for all these other movies, like all the way through Infinity War. And then Deadpool Wolverine, he's one of the biggest, he's a co-creator of Deadpool. So it's really important to him. So before the premiere, he sends an email to like the Disney promotion that's in charge of that, saying, you know, I would like this. I would like to be the after. I would like some, you know, also accommodations for creators, like they do for like the creators of Superman or Batman. You know, like Warner Brothers does it for creators, not just himself. Of course, he's got some self-interest there. And then after that, he feels like he got complete shade. As far as when he was getting pictures at the premiere, he said those pictures were deleted when he asked for, you know, copies of them. Like, oh, we don't have them. And then all the other people there were invited to the after party, and he was not, where he was invited all the other times. And he feels like it's because he asked for creatives to be more rewarded, pay potentially in the credits for these movies, which they are there. And I kind of wanted to get your thoughts, because you are creative too, how you feel about, obviously a lot of these industries are huge IP driven now. They kind of care more about IP than people. You know, they don't technically have to do nice things to the people.
They've never, I mean, they're companies. They've never really cared about people to begin with, but
right. So they act like they do, they virtue signal like they do. Oh, we care, you know, but do they really? It's really about the IP and property, really.
Okay.
But I was going to, don't you think they don't have to do it technically because they own the rights now? But wouldn't you like a better relationship between these companies that own the IP and these that keep going forward, and the original creators, being one yourself with God of War?
I don't care. For me,
you don't care.
For me personally,
Okay.
I can't speak to this guy.
Well, he cares.
What's his name again?
Rob
Liefeld.
Well, they even made a joke at his expense in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know if it was at his expense, but it was. Didn't they name a shop after him or something?
Yeah, because he can't draw feet well. Yes.
Okay, there you go. You know, I mean, I just. Look, okay, I am of the mind that you can negotiate what you're worth, okay? Mm-hmm. So would it be nice for these people to do that? Sure, it would be. But end of the day, there are people who work at companies that are nice, who want to treat other people nice just because they're good humans. Mm-hmm. And people who are they're just not really thinking about it. Like, people had a big brouhaha because there was never any phone call to T.C. Carson, who played Kratos in the first couple of God of Wars, when they replaced him with a different actor for mocap and all that. And there was a very logical reason why they replaced him, but there were a lot of people, in fact, maybe even T.C. Carson himself, feeling that he should have gotten called, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, if I had been there, I would like to think I would have recognized the need to do that, and it would have been the right thing and the kind thing to do. But I don't think a lot of people just even thought about it, not because they're assholes. It was just like, they're just working, you know? And so I think sometimes it's easy to feel like you've been slighted. In the case of Rob Liefeld, maybe he has been slighted, but it's hard for me to care all that much that he didn't get to go to an after party. I mean, really? You know,
Well,
I mean,
it's a big celebration. He flew in his whole family from out of town. He said
it's all dumb. It's all dumb. That's I mean, fair. And I okay. Again, as a human being, he is a fellow human being, and I want him to be happy and feel good. And if that's important to him, awesome. But it's hard for me to relate to that only because I know, and I'm not trying to be negative to Hollywood or video games or anything like that, but all these people are. It's like, I mean, how many times did my agent tell me, "Oh, dude, I love you, man, I love you, man," and I'm just going, "You don't fucking love me." Not that I needed him to, but it's like there's so much disingenuousness that you know when people are there because it's a transactional relationship, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think when you're dealing with, you know, when I'm dealing with Sony, are there people at Sony that I think have genuine affection for me? Yes, and I have genuine affection for them, but I didn't make a deal with Sony proper corporate to continue. And I'm just like, that was the deal I made. I was happy with it. They treated me great, and I've been nothing, you know, I've never expected anything more than what they promised. So if they make a big God of War movie and I'm not invited to the set and I'm not invited to the premiere
or in the credit, you have to be in the credits, right?
No,
you don't in your contract. Okay.
There's no, I didn't even have a contract.
Okay. Well, things are different there. Yeah.
Yeah,
well, I actually am so for creatives that I feel I kind of wish you were. I know you're personally okay with that, but
I don't care. But
these are IP that are going to give God of War for sure.
Yeah, I would love to be making money off it, but that's just sort of a go. Yeah, I would also love to have superpowers, but that was not available to me at the time, and so I don't. You know, would it be nice? Sure, but yeah, I don't really care. I really just don't. I mean, I'd love to make the money though. The money's a real, well, yeah, because that's a real tangible thing. But the ego part of it, like, oh, I got to go to the premiere and walk the red carpet. I don't give a fuck.
I think it's a celebration of God of War is one of the greatest IPs we have. I'm not just doing that because I'm on your channel. It really is. I wish Twisted Metal was still. I mean, the TV show was fun.
The TV show's doing good. You know, second season coming out.
More games. I wish
we might. We still might.
Oh, really?
But, okay. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I think it. I don't know. I think it's kind of a cultural thing. I look at our culture and I just say people. I don't know. People believe so much of the horse shit that these industries shovel. To the point that I want to look at them and go, guys, you're behind the scenes. You know, this is all performative. You know, this is all bullshit. And yet you fight to get to the trough so you can keep lapping it up. And I'm like, dude, you're part of the creation of the glamour, of the falsity of glamour. You know, it isn't real. And yet you still covet it. So I just kind of go, what are you guys fighting over? Money though. Money's real. I'll take money. Yeah.
Okay, that's a fair answer. I want it for you, but I respect your answer. That
I don't give a fuck about all that stuff.
Because I do want to see I would like God of War series, maybe more than movie.
I think that's the plan. I think in fact, they got rid of the last couple of showrunners and they just brought on a new showrunner. Well, they brought on the Battlestar Galactica guy, right? Ron Moore, is that his name?
Oh, yes. I think I did hear that. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I think
a good,
there's never any that hasn't lost momentum. That's picking up speed. So we'll see what happens. Hey, wait a minute. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. Movie Max, but 1 second. Okay. Latino Heat says, when I found your channel, I was looking for UFO talk, but it's cool to learn you were the director of God of War. Hey, I got UFO shit coming up tonight in just a little bit. There's some interesting stuff happening in that space. So stick around. We'll be talking about that. Okay. Movie Max. What else, man? Let me ask you a question. Here's the big, well, here's the big fight.
Yeah.
Here's the big fight. The big fight is Fantastic Four versus Superman versus what's the other one coming up?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Yes.
The only one of those that I am dying to see in the theater is Superman.
Okay.
Because it feels like it's genuinely going to be, have a shot at being unique and different.
Mhm.
The Fantastic Four trailer and the Jurassic Park trailer looked fine, but were you watching those going, oh my God, these are amazing? Or are you like,
For
yeah,
Fantastic Four, yes, because
really interesting.
I
Okay.
even like the old pre-MCU Fantastic, like Michael Chiklis as the Thing was perfect.
Okay.
Chris Evans as the Human Torch was perfect. I mean,
Yep.
the movies weren't perfect, but they were. I think they were fun. I've been waiting for a good Fantastic Four. I'm actually going to be. I have a channel too. I'm going to be talking about X-Men. So right after Fantastic Four, they're bringing in the X-Men, and they're actually casting that now. I'm so excited for the MCU, but I'm just as much as DC fan. But if I had to go for an order, I would say probably, because I've had a lot of great Superman movies, I would go Fantastic Four first, then Superman, and at the last Jurassic Park Rebirth would be. But I'm going to go through see all three. I'm not. I don't want one to succeed over the other. I'll be happy whoever wins.
How old are you? How old are you?
42.
Okay, so you were probably around enough to know. Like, there was a time when I was a kid up until like maybe 30 where movies, and especially the summer movie season, was like a big fucking deal if you were into movies. And there was a great magazine I used to love called Premiere Magazine, and they would put out like their top 20 list of what they predicted the top movies would be for the summer. And now it kind of feels like there's so many big tentpole movies that hit all the time, and there's the TV shows that are big tentpole, that it doesn't have that kind of juice that it used to have.
This July feels like it. It feels like a classic summer with Jurassic Park, a Fantastic Four, and a Superman. That's classic.
So based on the budget, or not the budget, based on the box office, and I'm trying to think, what are the other big movies hitting in May and July? Are there any other mega ones?
I think that, well, towards the end of the year is the other Wicked. Dune 3 isn't coming out for a while. I don't know. I have to.
Hang on. Kevin says Mission Impossible is coming out.
Mission Impossible.
Oh man, the last mission was great, dude. That was a great movie. Really,
I love the whole series up until then. I didn't feel like I'm a huge fan of the series, but hopefully this one brings me back.
Okay, so what do you think is going to be, if you rank those in box office worldwide? You've got Mission Impossible, Jurassic Park, Fantastic Four, Superman. Give me 4-1 based on your thoughts.
Oh, I think Fantastic Four, because I don't think it's just going to be Fantastic Four. And we're actually getting a really good, I always say when I do like movie talk that the villain is so important. Galactus is an important villain. And
I wonder though how much they're going to humanize him though, because if he's an important villain, I mean, he is so boring, not as a piece of functional.
Well, they got a good actor. I don't remember the actor's name, but they got a good actor for him this time. It's not just going to be like a visual effect. It's an actual actor.
Okay.
And then there's rumors that the Robert Downey Jr. Doom is going to make an appearance at least. So if that happens,
in credits and all that shit,
that probably. And what if they hint at the X-Men, because they're about to get that X-Men project started?
They did. So who had the X-Men post-credit sequence? Was it Miss Marvel? The Marvels, I think, had the Beast in it.
The Marvels had something.
Yeah. Okay. So you think Fantastic Four is going to be the biggest?
I think if they do certain things, Superman, I can't wait for. I like the Snyder version of DC. I know not a lot do, but I am giving this one a chance, and I'm looking forward to a fresh DC. I don't know. I don't know if Superman's going to get there. It depends on how good Lex is. I always go to the villains. How good is Lex in this? It's a good possibility. It's a really good Lex.
Who's Lex again? Who's the actor? I forget. The guy in the Great, Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's a really good actor. So that's possible. And then even though I've got fatigue with Jurassic Park, it still made $1 billion the last movie, and the last movie was awful. So I'm not real good at predictions. I thought Joker 2 was going to get $1 billion, and I was really disappointed with Joker 2. So I'm bad.
It's just a fun thing to do. I do miss when the movies were that, when it was that, and maybe it's an age thing. Maybe for people in their 20s, it still is, that love movies. It just doesn't feel like it's, that same part of it. It doesn't seem like it's as impactful to the culture as it used to be.
Because we have so much more entertainment options now. Like people, I know you've covered the grifters on the internet complaining about entertainment. growing up, can you imagine if you were a nerd, a better time to be a nerd with how many properties are catered to you? Video games, movies, TV series. It's like embarrassment of riches. We have so much. We're still complaining.
Well, I was surprised. I've talked about this before. I don't know if you were watching the show at the time, but someone published a letter from 1982 from a fanzine on Star Wars, and the husband and wife team that ran it were writing saying this is the last episode or issue of the fanzine because we saw Empire Strikes Back and it's absolute rubbish and it's not what Star Wars is about, and it lost I mean, it's amazing. It lost the magic of Star Wars, and I'm like, this has always been. It's just we're aware of it more now because of the internet. But I'm like, how can you imagine people walking out of the goddamn Empire Strikes Back and going, you thought that was terrible? That's the best one of the best movies ever made, let alone the best Star Wars movie.
See, the problem is now, like, then you get a letter printed in, but now you get, with the age of social media, you get like that boys from like, yeah, it really sucks. Like, yeah. And that's why people just keep complaining about everything, because they get attention.
I know. I wish they'd find other ways to get their attention.
Hey, Jaffe, thank you for having me on. I still want to have you on an interview, me and my co-host.
Anytime. Give me a shout.
I just thought which is best. Email? I don't know if you put your email.
Just hit me up on Twitter. Twitter's probably best. Or Tech Protect will get you. He'll hook you up. I'd love to come on.
Tech Protect doing a good job.
Thank you, sir.
Love the show, guys.
All right, buddy. Talk to you soon. I'd love to come on your show. See you, Max.
Sure. Thank you.
There he goes. Off into the evening. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Rob O says there's no more Siskel and Ebert. They were a big deal. I don't know how Siskel and Ebert would do these days, just because there's so many critics now, and it's so easy to be a critic. But we'll see. We'll see if they ever, a group of critics can make a comeback that way. PlayStation says, what are y'all talking about? Like, if that matters, you all know who run shit sheep will eat up anything, and you have the nerve to say someone's a grifter or are delusional or but they are part of your cult. I don't know who he's talking about. Tech, do you know who he's talking about or what he's saying?
It's the voices. The spirits are speaking to him.
Oh, like Ramtha. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, fair. All right. Jaffe, where'd it go? Jaffe, can't see it. Hang on. I saw that Preacher's actor won't be returning for Twisted Metal season 2. It's a shame. I thought he did a great job. They haven't consulted me this time, Rocker Matt. We did a little bit of conversations the first time. I honestly didn't like Preacher in Twisted Metal all that much. The new series. I thought he was fine, and the actor was good, but I did think that I wanted to see them play the Preacher more like he was in the story. And if I remember in the show, he was just kind of like he was just kind of a bit like a shyster kind of character. So anyway, all right, let's see what we got on tap for the evening. Woo, the world is not red. Okay. The world is not red. Hang on. Ugh. See that? See, look, bald. Don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck, and nor should you. All right, here we go. What do I got? What do I got lined up? Oh, okay. I have stories, but I want to just share this with you real quick. Why? Because I ran into it online. And then I decided to search it up and look it up. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. PlayStation, no one knows what you're writing. No one, you're writing like you can't afford vowels because your phone plan doesn't come with vowels or something. What? It makes no sense. It makes no sense what you've typed. How can you do that? I don't understand. Hey, Tech, do me a favor. Well, maybe you should just do it. I don't know. Whenever you choose to put things up on the screen, not visuals, but just like the text, it screws with my scrolling. And then I sometimes don't realize the chat has scrolled past it. But I'll tell you if it bothers me. I'll tell you if it gets in the way. Okay. Okay. When are you having that TM fan creator on your show? So we were going to have him on today, and I haven't had a chance to play the game yet. So I think it's going to be next week, because I want to spend a couple hours with the game before I actually, talk to him about his game. But I'm excited for it. Okay. Listen to this. Calpy, thank you, buddy. 24 months as a member of the show. Diet Soda Soldier says, what's up, brah? Not much, sir. How are you, good Sir Calpy? And then Darth Nugget has been here for 45 months, paying the big money as a Colt Calypso. Thank you, sir. He says, Colt 45 and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. We can go to the park after dark and smoke that tumbleweed. Did you write that? Did you write that, Darth Nugget? I don't know, but I like it. I like it, sir. Is that really you in your avatar? I've always wondered. It looks like you're green, but a normal person. I don't know. Okay. Okay. I'm kidding. It's just sometimes it's just fun to be quiet. Okay, baby. Listen, so when I was a kid, we didn't obviously have Cartoon Network. We didn't have the internet. What we had, if we liked cartoons, and of course I liked cartoons, where we got up on Saturday mornings and that's when the cartoons came on. And you had them on 3 networks, the broadcast networks, ABC, CBS, NBC. And as a kid, you didn't know really. It's not like you could go to some website. It's like, hey, they just greenlit a whole season of the Super Friends. You didn't know until you saw what I'm about to show you, what you were going to get to watch on Saturday. And it was kind of like a Christmas morning for geeks. And I'm wondering if anyone's my age, you probably know what I'm going to say, but if not, no worries. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Here it is. You would go to the grocery store and you would look in the comic books, and the comic books basically had these things that said, this is what's coming this season for the cartoons, right? So in this case, this was CBS. Ooh, it's a terrible scan. Let me see if I can find a better scan for you guys. Here's a CBS one, CBS Saturdays. Okay. And I'm just showing it. I got no real news on this, but Pebbles and Bam Bam, Bugs Bunny, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Then you had, I love these shows. You had the Shazam and Isis Hour. These were live action shows about Shazam and Isis. Far Out Space Nuts, the Ghostbusters, different ones. Valley of the Dinosaurs, Bill Cosby's Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. That's pretty cool, man. I used to love that. I got so excited. I got so fucking excited, man. You have no idea. Let me look at one more. Let's look at this one. This is Fonzie from Happy Days. Open image. Okay. I wonder what the equivalent is for kids today. You got Batman, you got Super Friends. Then they did Happy Days, had a time machine. Richie Rich, great show. Scooby-Doo, Heathcliff and Dingbat. Ooh, Plastic Man was great, man. Plastic Man. And then Thundar the Barbarian from the same writer who wrote Howard the Duck, the comic. And that's something. It was so much fun. Brad Glasgow says they would always have a TV special about upcoming cartoons. Oh, I used to love that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Far Out Space Nuts, says Samium, was the intergalactic HR puffin stuff with Bob Denver. Yeah, there's Daniel, my nephew. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? That guy ended up being a total fucking creep. What are you going to do? But this wasn't syndicated, though, mass produced. This was broadcast. Was Batman animated on the weekend? No. Batman, the animated series, I believe, was when it regularly aired originally. It was, oh, you guys aren't even seeing the tabs I'm showing you. It was originally every day after, it was like in the afternoon, man. I didn't know comic book ads were a thing. Yeah. I don't even know if I showed you guys these because I was talking about them and you guys probably were like, Jaffe, you're not showing me your tab, baby. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Right, there you go. Good. Yeah, Thundar was great. Thundar was excellent. Fantastic. Okay. Anyway, there you go. I wanted to share that with you. Listen, we have got big news. I think I'm serious about what I'm about to show you guys. Listen, I'm going to show you something. This is from, and this is what I was saying to the guy over on Twitch about UFOs and stuff. What's been really fascinating, and there's a lot of fucking, again, going to the grifter word, there's a lot of grifters out there. There's a lot of people making money off the UFO stuff. And I have absolutely no idea what is real and what is not real. I I want to believe, but like anything else, I'm agnostic on it. Okay. But you are starting to get some pretty well-positioned people that are making some interesting claims. Listen to this. I'm going to show you this. State Representative Anna Paulina Luna, and she's been on all of these UAP boards, right? Like the classified boards and the congressional hearings. She says next week's major announcement that will impact the entire nation will involve government transparency. People have been lied to by their government. We're going to be doing something really big. I'm happy I was entrusted with this. I want to show you this clip because they do talk about aliens. Check this shit out. And then we'll talk about it right afterwards. Okay. Show on stream. This is what we're talking about.
Your massive announcement that you teased earlier. Your massive announcement that you teased earlier in the week where you said, I'm going to do something that will change the American.
Here we go.
Your massive announcement that you teased earlier in the week where you said, I'm going to do something that will change the face of the American government forever. Here's the exact language of your post that went thermonuclear. I have an announcement next week that will impact the entire nation. Press conference to be announced soon. Everyone's wondering if it's aliens, but maybe it goes even deeper than that. Congresswoman, can you tell us?
I think it's bigger than that. I think, without getting too much into the details, and the date will be posted soon. You'll find that date for the press conference. I'd actually encourage everyone to tune in, and we're going to be opening it up if we can to some independent journalists as well. But I think that for far too long, people have been lied to by their government, and I think the way that you regain trust and you really help restore the nation, and I think bring back not just, I think, hope, but also, and remember, hope is contagious, but you really help it to secure it for future generations. I think that you have to have a fully transparent government. And so I won't get too much more into the details, but we're going to be doing something really big. So I am happy that I was entrusted with this, and I'm going to be doing some good stuff with some incredible people, and I'll leave it at that.
So yeah, Fuzzy says bigger than aliens is setting the bar really fucking high. And it may not be. I mean, it may be hyperbole, and it may be she's talking about, oh, I've been given the, AOK from Trump to go do all this shit and that and the other. But let's see if there's any more news on this. Rep Luna press conference. Let's see if they've given any new information. It could be JFK breaking Rep Luna's statement on Trump's promise kept with the JFK files. It could be that. The Senate finally confirmed, let's see, something has been evident. You can't wait. Okay, wait, let's see. UFO, here we go. UFO believing Congresswoman Anna Luna, cryptic message has everyone saying the same thing. A Florida congresswoman believes some UFOs are of non-human origin, has teased a major announcement. She was privy to classified UAP files. She posted she has a big announcement, blah, blah, blah. She hasn't really confirmed it. Florida Congressman Jared Mouskowitz also commented on the post with a simple, I know. Mouskowitz was asked if Luna's statement was about UAP disclosure, to which he said he did not want to get ahead of her. While Luna has not provided further details, she and Mouskowitz were part of a secret UFO briefing last month to investigate claims from a high-profile whistleblower. Reports suggested members of Congress were left with little clarity about what the government knows about extraterrestrial life. However, Luna, Mouskowitz, and the other lawmakers were banned by law from relaying what they had heard during the closed-door briefing. So I don't know. Maybe it's something about that. Maybe it's not about that at all. But isn't that fucking interesting, man? I'm, the Meat Slab says she's so full of shit. She might be. I mean, but what do you think, Meat Slab? You think she showed up and she's just basically saying it's going to be nothing? It's her, and because she's a Republican, but you've also got a Democrat on the same panel saying, I know what she's talking about and I don't want to get ahead of her announcement. I think that's interesting. I'm excited for that. I love stuff like that, man. And I want to believe, but I need some fucking proof. Or maybe it's the JFK stuff that she's been, entrusted with. But what do you think it is? I don't know. What could it be if it's not aliens, man? I mean, we still don't really know what those what are they called? The UAPs over Jersey and stuff are, and those are still appearing. The only thing now we've heard is that the White House has said, oh, well, they've had FAA clearance, but that's pretty much it. So I'm curious. I don't know why you keep saying alien mothership, but let me show you this. Now here is another guy. Marco, thank you, buddy, for the super chat. I appreciate it. He says, I have nothing to say. Well, thank you for saying that. And thank you for showing your support of the channel. I don't know why you guys can't be more like Marco. I mean, what's the problem in your lives? Shut up. Thank you, Marco. Appreciate it, buddy. Listen to this, though. Here's another one. This is Burchett from Tennessee, I think. He's all up in all these meetings and UFO stuff, right? This is what he said, and I believe this was today on CNN, right? So I'm not bringing you some weird fringe people. I'm bringing you fucking elected officials at this point, pretty much saying this, and they've been in all these meetings. Here's what he said. It's a real short clip. Here you go.
Extraterrestrial life on planet Earth. One of the things you said in an interview, you talked about a conversation you had with a U.S. admiral. They tell me something's moving at hundreds of miles an hour underwater, as large as a football field underwater. This was a documented case, and I have an admiral telling me this stuff. What do you believe exists on Earth in terms of extraterrestrial life, and what have you seen proof of?
Well, there's some things I've seen proof of that I can't discuss, and I've urged the White House to disclose these things. You know, they spend hundreds of millions of dollars researching something, and then you have one group telling us they don't exist, and I have the best pilots in the world telling me, Tim, this thing was 14 feet from my canopy, and he went and he did this, and I've seen things that I wish the public could see. There's just a lot of unknowns. And again, they tell us they don't exist, but then they issue redacted reports, and they're still studying. Almost every one of our alphabet agencies has that. And we had testimony that said they have a recovery unit. Now, what are they recovering? I'd like to know. It's our tax dollars. We have a right to know. And when government thinks that we can't handle what's going on out there, that's when government's gotten a little too big, and we need to cut their wings off. And right now they're spending, our Pentagon has got all this dark money. You have the alphabet agency studying these things. One group will tell us they exist, the other one doesn't. I just think it's time that we have total disclosure. And you all in the press ought to be for transparency and disclosure. I don't see a problem with that.
So again, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, now could these politicians be part of a plan themselves, to stir the waters, to hide stuff from enemy states and shit? Yeah, maybe. Final thing on this topic I'll show you. Well, a couple final things. This is Spielberg talking to the Colbert Report, or to Colbert, about his new movie. And I want to say it was one of these UFO guys who says they're in the know that said that that out of all the stuff he knows about UAP and shit, Spielberg's movie, Close Encounters, has gotten it more right than anyone else. Okay. And so there's been a conspiracy that Spielberg is kind of on the inside, and he's been given a lot of, help to succeed, because he's kind of doing propaganda and releasing this stuff at the right time. His new movie is coming out this summer. It's called Disclosure. It's about UFOs. Here's what he says on to Colbert. Listen to this.
I'm kind of the person that would think I got to see something like that to believe it. I can make up stuff.
Let's talk about UFOs for a minute. What do you make of what's going on right now?
Oh, it's exciting. There's something out there.
So you're a believer?
I don't know if I'm a believer in the sense that I'm kind of the person that would think I got to see something like that to believe it. I can make up stuff.
Sure.
And make movies about things that I've never seen or experienced, and that's fine. But in terms of really believing something, I think I'd have to have my own close encounter. So I've never seen a UFO. I wish I did.
Nothing that's unexplained.
I've never seen anything that I couldn't explain. But I believe certain people who have seen things that they can't explain that is unexplainable. I think what has been coming out recently is fascinating. Just absolutely fascinating. And I think the secrecy that is shrouding all of these sightings and the lack of transparency until Freedom of Information Act compels certain materials to be released publicly, I think that there is something going on that simply needs extraordinary due diligence. I mean, I would like to hear more about it. I don't know what they are. My imagination and my love for I don't believe we're alone in the universe. I think it's mathematically impossible that we are the only, intelligent species in the cosmos. I think that's totally impossible. At the same time, it almost seems impossible that anybody would visit us from 400 million light years from here, except in the movies, unless it figures out some way of, basically jumping the shark, so to speak, and getting here through wormholes so I'm not a astrophysicist. I really can't speak the language of the people that do it so well out at JPL. But I just know, as a person that makes movies and uses his imagination, and also as a person that is insatiably curious about UFOs or UAPs,
yes,
that there's something going on that we're really not being made that's not being disclosed to us.
Well, senators who have been briefed on this, and I don't mean just these latest balloon-ish incidents, senators who have been briefed on this have said there are things the American people deserve to know, and the quote I love is, and they're ready to learn. And that says to me that there's something sort of paradigm shattering about this news that we're not being told.
You know, the most optimistic thing I feel about these things that we're seeing in the skies, or the Army and Navy and Air Force are recording on their gun cameras, is that what if they're not from an advanced civilization 300 million light years from here, but what if it's us 500,000 years into the future that is coming back to document the second half of the 20th century and into the first 20th century, because they're anthropologists and they know something that we don't quite know yet that has occurred, and they're trying to track the last 100 years of our history.
Well, the hopeful part about that to me is that we survive.
Yes, that we survive, or a certain percentage of us survive that allows these other generations to flourish.
Okay, if there are aliens, is your bet on E.T. or War of the Worlds?
E.T.
Your bet is on E.T.
Oh, yeah. War of the Worlds was just sort of a reflection of 9/11. It was my way of making a story about the impact that 9/11 had on all of us. I believe that if any extraterrestrial civilization has journeyed all the way here, it's because of curiosity and science, and it's not about aggression.
So, that shit's cool, man. And let's put it this way. I mean, maybe that's, maybe Close Encounters, like this, I think it was Greer was saying, is the most accurate. And he got to tell that story. And now he's ready when this gets disclosed. Now he's ready to tell the next part of the story. And he's totally in on it with everyone else. Just like Kubrick apparently was in on the moon landing. I don't fucking know, but it's fascinating. It's fucking fascinating. Bitrate says there's definitely something going on. There's too much talk these days for it to be nothing. I agree. Jaffe says, Alex, how can we believe we're the only species in the whole universe that has unimaginable distant? Wait, what? Jaffe, how can we believe that we are the only species in the universe that has an unimaginable distance and I don't quite understand what you're asking, but I do believe very much that I don't think that there is I absolutely think there are other people out there or other things out there that have consciousness. 100%. Maybe everything has consciousness, but if that's what you're asking, can you get Ashton Forbes on the show, Gabriel? I could, I think, because he and I follow each other, and I think we've had a couple of back and forths. I mean, he's all up about the zero energy, right? That's his biggest thing. Zero energy, meaning he thinks we have discovered, and maybe whether it's from backward engineering or our own scientists have figured out how to basically travel close to or at the speed of light without any kind of necessary propulsion, like from fuel and engines and things like that. And that is a thing. And that's what the government is trying to keep us from knowing, because if they told us, it really would wreck the economy of the globe. I mean, it would, everything, energy, oil, fuel, war, transportation, all of it would get, the apple cart gets stumped over. And I think it's kind of amazing. So I hope so. Brett Play Game says, well, what if they are another humanoid species that evolved undetected underwater and we're now just crossing paths? Yeah. I mean, if you listen to that guy, that representative, he's like, there's this shit underground or under the ocean. So it could absolutely be that. Wasn't there the same uptick of UAP talk over the half century ago? Yeah, but that was when we had the first coining of the phrase UFO because of what was in the newspaper that spread all over the country because of Roswell. And then, whether Roswell was real or it was a weather balloon, I guess it kind of depends. Man. But I'm excited. I want to see where this goes. Jaffe, how can you think we are in a simulation and that there are other alien species out in the universe? Wouldn't we more likely just be a single planet simulation? I don't know. The simulation could be about people who were looking out into the universe and trying to discover something. I have absolutely no idea. But what I will say, though, is there was a recent image. Maybe if I can find it real quick. There was a recent image from, I think it was Curiosity Twitter. And I want to show you this because, look, I believe everything and nothing, right? So I don't know what's going on and I don't claim to. But what I will tell you is that if somebody said it's a simulation, I'd go, yeah, okay, that makes sense. If somebody said we are visited by aliens, that makes sense. And if someone said we are inside a gigantic organism, that makes a lot of sense, because I want to show you this. Here it is right here. Look at this for a moment. This is titled from Curiosity, which is educational science stuff. Absolutely mind-blowing. A zoom out of the sharpest view of the Andromeda galaxy ever. Just one galaxy showing more than 100 million stars. Okay. And every star is basically the sun. And every star has some kind of planet, if not more than one, orbiting around it. Okay. And so I want to show you this fucking thing. This is batshit. And this is why when I look at this, I say we are probably inside a creature. Whatever that creature is, call it God, whatever. But when you pull back and look at it like this, it's hard to look at this as anything other than when you pull back on a body part inside the body and zoom out and you see all of the biology that's microscopic. To us, this is vast, but to a microorganism, your finger is the universe, right? So I really do think what we're looking at, I think our minds will be blown when we realize what this really is. There's no way on God's green earth that this is just, it doesn't make sense to have all that space from our perception, if that makes any fucking sense. I think it's wild, man. You tell me, what do you think it is? Let me know. Okay. I've thought that many times, says Darth Nugget, like we're some sort of bacteria. Absolutely. I think how can we not be? I'm not saying we don't mean anything and we're useless. I mean, who knows if we are or we're not, But when you see space at that size, and you go, of course we're bacteria. There's got to be things bigger than us. The bacteria is not aware of us. It's just like we're not aware of these other things. How come we are forbidden and don't have that knowledge to discover? We're not forbidden. That's ridiculous. That's like saying, how come we're forbidden and we can't travel over the ocean? And you said that when you were a caveman living on the coast, and now you can. There's nothing forbidden about it. You just got to learn to do it. Okay, last thing on this, and we're going to move on to a different topic. But listen to this. This was published today. According to British UFO researcher Ginny Randalls, she sounds. Hey, Tech Protect, look up Ginny Randalls. My gut tells me that she's hot, and I would bet on it. I've never seen her. I don't know what she looks like. Type in British UFO researcher Ginny Randalls. Don't put her on screen yet. Sometimes I can just tell, and I wonder if she is indeed a hot woman. Here's what she says, though, before we actually see what she looks like. According to her, if you answer yes to 3 or more of the following 6 questions, I want you to listen. If you can answer yes to 3 or more. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Did someone just really type this? Alan Kian says, I've never seen a bacteria build a spaceship. Yeah. I know. No one's saying we're literally bacteria, sir. If you answer yes to 3 or more of these questions, you may have undergone an alien abduction experience without consciously realizing it. Okay. Number 1, have you seen more than one thing you think might have been a UFO? Number 2, if and when you saw the UFO, did you experience anything like the Oz factor? Tech, can you look up what the fuck the Oz factor is? Have you ever suffered a time lapse, suddenly finding yourself in a place you did not expect to be or much later than you estimated it ought to be? Number 4, have you had recurrent dreams about UFOs, aliens, floating sensations, or strange messages about other worlds? Number 5, do you undergo experiences that some people might call psychic? And finally, number 6, again, if 3 of these check for you, there's a high percentage, according to this very attractive woman, that you have had an alien abduction experience. Number 6, have you suddenly found yourself becoming very interested in conservation, artistic pursuits, the new age, love and peace, harmony, or ecology without any obvious cause for this interest? So let me know. Let me know. Okay, Tech.
We have it. So first off, Ginny Randalls, you ready to see what she looks like?
Yeah, let's see what she looks like. I have to take her to the prom. I have no choice. I've committed at this point. Oh.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's not her brother, Jerry Randall?
No, that's her. She, we have a more new image, a more updated one.
Is she dead? Oh God. I am so fucked. I'm going to have a horrible time at my prom. God damn it. Oh, man.
Also, we have the Oz factor.
What's the Oz? Give me off that screen.
Oz factors are the sensation of being isolated or transported from the real world into a different environmental framework. Essentially, you are now in the system. It's like the Matrix phenomenon. Like you can sense your body going into the code.
Okay. I can't think about anything now except Ginny Randall. Alan says, what a bunch of body shamers. I'm not body shaming her. I'm just like, I got to take her to the prom. And I can't believe, there's no way I'm going to be able to make her think I really am into her. Eric says, don't forget the flowers. Fuck you. Is she still alive, Tech? If she is, I'm calling her. I'm going to take her on a date. If she's ever in San Diego, we're going on a date.
She's in San Bernardino.
Is she really?
No, I made that up.
Yeah, where is she?
I will find out.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, all right. Well, there's your UFO. There's your UFO news. All right, let's move on quickly, fast. Okay. I have a question for you guys. She probably has a great personality, says Bitrate. She better. She better. I mean, look, as I've said before, as an at best average looking guy on my best days, trust me, you roll a 6 or 7 in that department, you got to get the 18s up where he can find them. I get it. I'm with you. Okay. Marco says she's at her. Yeah, I'll take her to the Olive Garden. Yeah. I want to ask you guys a question. I find this fascinating. A study has come out. I'm reading this from Telegraph about when people are happiest. What time of day are people happiest? Anybody know? Ace, hey buddy, Ace and Deuce. All you got to do, I'll put it in for you right now. We have it up on the Twitter, but I'll Tech. Can you put the link to call in the actual stream chat, or maybe I have to do it?
I can do it.
He's watching on Twitch, but I think if you just put it in the main talk studio, it'll appear for everyone.
I'll put it in Twitch for you.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ace. Okay, let's see. 1 minute after clocking out, payday. Hector says 7 a.m. Okay, I got a couple of these for you. The study shows mornings are the happiest time of day. People are happier, more satisfied, and less downbeat first thing in the morning. Okay, but let's continue. They dive deeper. The day of the week also had an impact. Like which day of the week people are happiest on, okay? Can you guess, first off, what is the day of the week people are most depressed on? What day of the week do people feel the most depression? Let me know. Let me know. It's 1 of 7. You got to pick 7. 1 of 7. Scorpagus, good to see you, buddy. Is that you, Tech? Scorpagus? You're not on stream. What's that? I think you're muted. You're muted.
Not technically. It's a friend of mine.
Okay, but he gave the thing. Okay. Well, Father Alex kind of is close. Dano got it. I don't know how. But okay. Several studies. Tuesday is the most depressing day of the week, with many citing it as the most stressful and miserable day, even more so than Monday. Possibly it's because while Monday is often perceived as the worst day, research suggests the middle of the week, particularly Tuesday, Wednesday, can be the lowest due to feeling the furthest from the weekend. Okay. Now, listen to this. According to most studies, what day is the happiest for people? What day is the happiest for people? This one's pretty easy, I think. It's not Monday, I'm telling you. What day is the happiest is what I would like to know. Close. Bossman says Friday. No, it's Saturday. Saturday is the happiest day. Both Saturday and Sunday, though, are considered happier days compared to weekdays due to increased flexibility and time for personal activities. I want you to think for a moment, by the way. What would happen to our culture if we did have universal base income? Like I'm playing this game, great game right now, Kingdom Come 2. And it's got all the fiefdom shit, right? There's the king, there's the manor lords, there's the guards, and there's the people who work the fields. And it's the same as it ever was, right? It's a sense of everybody's working, everybody's trying to make other people money. And when you think about it, if we could get to a point where we don't have any of those stresses and we're just sort of living our lives doing exactly what we want, what an amazing life would that be, where you're not worried about, oh, it's the weekend. Think about how few days you have in your life if the weekend is the only time that you really can be truthful to what you love. Amazing. Seems like we'd all be fighting to not be the rare case of the guy who gets rich enough to not have to work, but we'd all be fighting to go, how do we push all of us into that realm? Because there's a higher percentage chance we're going to do that. Hector says, I don't know, maybe if we did that, we'd start evolving harmonically as a species. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Okay, some would just live for their personal pleasure, says Hector. Yeah, I think it would be amazing. Charles Darwin says it would be awesome, but they would resist it and label it Marxist. Well, that's, yeah, for sure. All right, let's bring in Ace. Ace, it's Jaffe. What's
hello.
up? How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I just really showed up just because I have no clue what's going on, to be quite honest. I just kind of showed up and I just thought, hey, what better way to introduce myself to you than talk to you and ask you what's going on?
What do you mean you don't know what's going on? Are you wearing clothes?
I just
Are you
showed
safe?
Up
Are
to
you
I
in
was
a...
just really interested in like what your stream is generally about and like
Oh,
what you're trying to talk
on, like
about,
what
all
the
those kind
hell?
of things,
Oh,
you know?
okay.
And I thought, what better way to ask you than just personally ask you?
All right. Well, how did you find our little show here in the world?
Oh, frankly, I do this thing that's very odd where I go on Twitch and I search specifically for streams that I can call into because I'm a very odd man that likes to call on random things on the internet.
How did you know you could call into this one?
Oh, because it said call in the title.
Oh, there you go. By the way, I want to tell you, I loved you in Jurassic Park. You were great.
Oh, thank you.
I love when you were just like, life finds a way. I love that.
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
It does. It does, you know?
So, okay. Well, we have this show. I started this show called Gabbin' and Games on YouTube. It also runs here. I used to make video games for a long time. Now I do this. Usually in the mornings, we talk just about video games. And then in the afternoon show or the late night show or whenever you're watching, which is this, we just kind of, we still talk about games, but we also talk about weird shit and interesting shit, have people call in, talk about their philosophies, their questions. It's kind of a shoot the shit show. You got me, babe. You got me, Ace.
Yeah, I got you. I was just interested. I mean, hey, I was just interested because I saw that things was like paranormal UFOs and
love
stuff like
that stuff. What do you think? Are we alone in the universe, good sir? Ace?
Is that functionally we can't be, but it also comes ultimately down to the Fermi paradox, right? Is you ultimately got to think like, if we aren't, then why haven't we been contacted in any direct manner? And if we have, if it's just a very difficult question to answer because of simply the Fermi paradox. Like, it's the easiest way to answer that question is
the Fermi paradox always seemed weird to me.
I hope that we have aliens out there because that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, there's no way for me to tell you certainly, right?
Well, of course, but the Fermi paradox doesn't really take into account the fact that, let's say we are not alone, but kind of like in Star Trek, until you evolve to a certain level where contact seems to make sense, they don't disclose themselves to you.
See, I do like that idea that it's like that they're just so far advanced to us that they just project everything that we can see. And it's just, once we crack out of that, then they're just like, yeah, you're cool now. You can join the Federation.
Right. Absolutely. Or it may be a dimensional thing.
It would be cool if that was the case. Because
they're all around us right now. And the fact, think about that.
Be still alive and be able to see that. That could be cool.
Yeah. Think about the fact that I want you to think about this now for a moment, Ace, but think about when you die, I really feel that, I don't know, but I really feel this would make sense that when you die, it doesn't feel like you are dead or you go to heaven or anything like that. It's just it's almost like you begin to exist in the other dimensions, or you get to go to the dimension you were in before. It just feels like there's all this shit around us that we just can't see.
The way I truly think about this is, never mind what you think about it metaphysically. Physically, you end up getting a whole dose of a lot of hallucinogens when you're really close to death. And it ultimately just comes down to, what did you really want that experience to be? And that's usually what it's going to end up being.
Well, I don't know if you can say that. I think you can say you get a lot of psychedelics that get released in the brain, but I don't think you can say that it becomes the experience that you want it to be. If that were the case, a lot of people that do DMT and other kind of, psychotropics would not be seeing similar things.
I'm generalizing quite a lot here, but I'm thinking that like there's a lot of cases of people like having a near-death experience and then seeing whatever their personal religious beliefs are, right?
Sure. But that's probably not a real near-death experience then, right?
But you know what I mean, right?
Like, I do.
like that's usually like they'll see the things that they wanted to see or something related to the things that they were expecting to see.
Right. Well, I think you'll like this next story then, because this is
Oh,
a story
please.
coming up on for Psychology Today, and it's titled "Children's Exceptional Experiences Out of Time and Self," and it literally is about a woman, a scientist who wrote a book about altered states of consciousness in kids. And
Mhm.
she's talking about how kids tend to have around 3 to 8 is when they experience it mostly, where they have a lot of these experiences like near-death experiences. They see the tunnel, out of body, they experience
Mhm.
deep calm. They talk about having been in places before. They talk about being at one with the universe. And this is not some fringe person. This is, like I said, this is a write-up in this
And
week's Psychology Today, and it's a book that's coming out, and she just got a new grant to study. Where is she studying right
and
now?
see, these
Donna
things are
Thomas is
typically interesting.
starting the prestigious Parrott Warwick position, Trinity College in Cambridge, and she has a grant that is offered once every 5 years. She will conduct more funded research into kids and adults' extrasensory experiences within the context of human development. So, I don't know,
Mhm.
man. My mind is open to this shit.
See, I agree with you that your mind should be open to these things, but you should also be open to the logical explanation of them
Of
if there
course,
is one, right? And
of
I
course.
think a lot of these cases end up being that in that age range, your brain is developing quite a lot. So you're dealing with a lot of chemical and physical changes in your
Mhm.
brain
Yep.
that are going to make them see and say things that are quite strange. Like, I mean, the show Kids Say the Darndest Things
Right,
was a
right.
thing. I mean, they say the darndest things and they do very strange things. And frankly, even as a child myself, like I had those kind of experiences of being like, oh yeah, I think I see a ghost in the corner. And then like, if your parents are the kind of people that are, supernatural and like believe in those kind of things,
Right.
then
Kind of like reincarnation. A lot of times people whose parents believe in reincarnation, kids will say, "Oh, yeah, no, I was a pilot in the Navy or
yeah,
whatever."
exactly. If they've heard
But
the stories that
again,
maybe
that's why I like this study, and I'm going to read this lady's book, because
oh, please, yeah.
she's taking it out of view as a scientist. She says there may be intersections between kids with certain medical conditions that affect regions of the brain, causing neuro impairments and an increase in extrasensory experiences. If we consider this with studies in psychedelic research, we find interesting links between kids' extrasensory experiences and the role of the brain.
Mhm.
Findings from a 2012 study show how psilocybin caused decreased activity and connectivity in the brain's key connector hubs, enabling a state of unconstrained cognition. And they're
Interesting.
basically saying that mirrors young children's brains in terms of plasticity, flexibility, and design for experience. So
I
it's
could explain it.
weird that kids have these brains that, either because they're developing or they're tuned to it, can basically be gotten to when you take certain drugs, and then you end up having the same experiences. Now, that doesn't mean that it's mystical. It may just mean that when your brain is developing, you are susceptible to these kind of psychedelic experiences that are just
Either way,
all
it's extremely interesting.
it is, isn't it? I love that they do studies like this. And I know people like to say that's a waste of our money. No, it's not.
Oh
It's
no,
fucking
this is
cool.
like yeah, this is stuff that we need to know about because like by the time that I'm an old man, we are most likely going to have a lot more understanding of how the brain works. We've already mapped the full connectome. We
Yeah,
already are like we're already doing a lot of work as far as understanding the brain, right? By the
absolutely.
time I'm an old man, things like Alzheimer's may be a thing of the past.
Yeah, they're already making a lot of headway into that. But I'm as interested in more of, by the time I'm really old, I don't think we're going to know what's after this or anything like that, but I sure would like to get a little bit more of the puzzle.
Yeah, a little bit more of a hint, you know? Yeah,
Because it's a
I get
fascinating
that.
mystery.
Because
Fascinating
there's
mystery.
always been a couple of things out there where you're like, that doesn't we gotta get a little bit more to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that shit, buddy. All
I
right. Well,
agree with
listen, thank you so much for watching. If you want to join us over here on YouTube in the future, we're here,
yeah, I for sure
but we
will.
stream a couple times a day. Hope to see you in the future, bud.
Hey, I appreciate you very much. This was wonderful.
All right, buddy. See you soon. There he goes. There he goes. Listen to this. Darth Nugget says, I think aliens probed his nose. That's why he's trying to convince us they don't exist. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. So there's that. There's your aliens for the day. Now I want to show you something even more fascinating. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. This is a bag of Doritos. This is a bag of Doritos from Japan. I don't know. Shut up. This is what they put their Doritos in. That's all I have for you when it comes to that particular story. All right, Warped Eye, good to see you, buddy. I don't know what this is, but it's a bag of Doritos, and this looks like he's got, oh, that's his foot. At first, I'm like, is that a penis? No, that's this guy's foot. There you go. Let's move on. What do we got here, my dear friends? Look at this. Now, look at this. These are a compilation of secret doorways. Check it out. When we published Drawn to Death at the Bartlett Jones Supernatural Detective Agency, we got a contract with Sony to do another game, and it was going to be a big deal. Like, we were going to hire a bunch more people and all this. And so we got extra space in the office. And if you ever saw our office, it was like an old 1800s building, and it was Wyatt Earp's casino, by the way. And so we were starting to look into getting a secret door in the studio that would be like one of these, just because we thought it was cool and it fit the theme of our studio. Well, obviously we went out of business before we could do that, but I always love secret doors. I haven't watched these. I wanted to wait and watch them with you guys. Here we go. No one's going to find you. You can run and hide, man. Somebody breaks into your... Think about that. If you had this, I mean, you don't even need a safe room. If you had this fucking door and you heard somebody breaking into your house, just go in there, close it. You'll be fine. They're not going to find you. Whoa. Whoa. I mean, how cool is this? Oh my God. Oh my. Oh my. What is this? A little hobbit hole? What the fuck kind of money you have to waste on that? Narnia? Oh my God. This is amazing. No one's going to find you. Oh, well, that's going to take too long. Well, that's not bad. No one's finding. Oh, my God. Oh, the tunnel's my favorite. Look at that. Eh, that one's okay, lady. I've seen better. Cool. Okay. That's pretty fucking good. My favorite one, though, is the tunnel one, because that's just kind of like, holy shit, man. Look at that. No one would have any clue. No one would have any fucking clue. You open it, you slide down a pole, and then I mean, seriously, what kind of time and money do you need to, and there's like an aquarium in there? What kind of fucking money do you need to spend to have this and have enough money and time on your hands that you spend it and you're cool spending it? My goodness. Oh, look, yeah, well, handprints there. Interesting. I dig it. Oh, okay. I'm not reading that comment. All right. What else we got? What do we got lined up tonight? We got a bunch of things. I'm not gonna let you down, baby. Well, hey. I might. I don't know. Shut up. All right, I'll tell you what. I got more stuff to show you, but I want to sit for a minute. I want to talk. I want to tech protect. Come in. What's happening in the world?
Let's see. My dad learned a new chili recipe.
That's not fun. Give me something exciting. Somebody call in and entertain the chat. Jaffe.
Yeah,
Martin. Hey, Martin. What's up? How you doing, buddy? How are you, sir?
Dude, good.
Good. What do you want to talk about?
Hey, I saw you on the Low Cloud Live TikTok.
Yes, it's with Rich and Jay. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, do you remember me?
Nope.
I'm the one that told you about the Jesus in the clouds.
Oh shit! From 8, yeah, you had this experience driving in a truck with your dad, right?
Yeah.
And you saw
Yeah.
Jesus in the clouds.
Yeah, that's me.
I remember this guy. What's going on?
What's up? And we were talking about the presidencies and Joe Biden. Oh, Kamala Harris lost.
Yeah.
Trump. I know you were going for her. It's my bad.
I was, man. I was I voted for her. I wanted her to win. Obviously she didn't win. And so now, we'll see what happens. Who did you vote for, if you don't mind saying?
Well, I don't really vote, but Trump. Yeah.
So how do you feel about some of the things happening, like Elon Musk and the Treasury Department and him saying, I may not be able to control the price of eggs and all that, or does it bother you or not really?
I'm not really looking at Elon Musk.
Okay, so how do you think Trump's doing then? That's my question.
So he's doing good right now. He did more than Joe Biden. I know he did the JFK and Martin Luther King assassination.
He killed Martin Luther King and JFK?
No, he's gonna reveal who did it.
Well, when's he gonna do that? I want to see that.
I don't know, but he signed the paper.
What paper?
The documents. Oh no, there's a video on it. This is on YouTube.
Let's find out. Let's find out together, my good sir. Okay, so
surprised.
what do I look up on YouTube? I'm on YouTube right now. What do I look up?
You could just put Trump, JFK, and Martin Luther King.
JFK, MLK. Here we go. Let's see what we got.
You might get a 20-minute video or 2 minutes.
I'll do a short one. Here's a 47-second one from C-SPAN. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me put that on the screen and let's watch that for 47 seconds. Then hang tight, Martin. We'll talk about it on the other side of this. One sec.
Ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years, for decades. And everything will be revealed. Okay? Give that to RFK Jr.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Okay, thank you very much.
Mr. President.
Okay, cool. So here's what I'll say. If that signature,
Sir, we have an executive order.
If that signature actually is meaningful, and there's not a bunch of sort of legislation that has to happen that he won't be able to pull off to get that revealed, I think that's great. And Martin, I don't know if you were watching the show earlier. We were talking about this representative, Luna is her name, Republican, who apparently is going to reveal some big thing next week that she's been entrusted with. Do you think that's what this is?
I don't know nothing about her.
Okay. All right. Well, we kicked off the show with her. She held a press conference and said, that next week, I'm going to reveal some stuff to the American public that they've wanted to know for a long time and that they need to know, blah, blah, blah. And so maybe it's this, maybe she's going to be the one that gets to say it. So thank you, Martin, for bringing that to my attention. I'm very, I'm excited to see what ends up coming out. Who do you think did it? Who do you think killed JFK? We should take bets.
The JFK, I know the CIA did it.
Okay. I mean, that's prevailing wisdom. I think a lot of people feel that that's the case. Would not surprise me. It
The
absolutely
same thing
would
with
not.
Martin Luther King.
And you think they killed him as well?
Yeah, they kill everybody. Basically, with aliens too.
Yeah. Hey, man, I hope we have aliens. Absolutely. All right, Martin. Well, look,
Hey, this video, I got video of it. I can show you. You
Yeah.
can even shut it up.
I want to see. Bring it up right now.
You can do Blue Navy airports. I don't know if you know that, but they fly jets.
Okay, what do you want me to put on YouTube, or you're saying you're going to share a video with us?
I mean, you could do YouTube.
Okay, what am I looking up? I'm on YouTube right now.
It's Blue Navy
Just
Jets.
type in Blue Navy Jets.
I think you can even do Miami Beach, or it's like they're in they're doing on test sites.
Okay, hang on. I see Blue Angels. I don't see Blue.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Blue Angels. Yeah, my bad.
But Blue Angels are just stunt flyers. They're not aliens.
Yeah. They're practicing. Yeah, I know. But in the videos, you can see them. I have to take pictures and show you.
All right.
You can see them though.
Let me type in aliens and see if that gives me something better. Let's see.
No, those are airports. It's just in their own videos. They're in the videos. But I even searched it up. 42,000 is the highest that the jets fly up, and there's something higher than that.
Okay, so what did you type in so I can search it up?
It's Blue Navy. It's the Angels. The Angels.
Yeah, I know, but I don't see what you're seeing. So what exactly did you type into your YouTube search bar?
I know the video is like it's green and there's like a
God damn it, Martin.
It's a flat field.
Martin, YouTube search doesn't work that way. I can't just tell it what it kind of looks like. I need to put some words
you're
in.
doing too much. You just gotta put angels flying.
Okay, let me show you my screen, good sir. This is what's on my screen right now. This is coming from a search of whatever it was. Blue Navy Jets Miami Alien.
Yeah, those are short films though.
Well,
I mean,
these are longer. These are longer. So what am I supposed to look at?
I guess you could do Miami.
I did Miami. Look at Princess Leia. Look how hot she is. Come on, Martin. You see her?
Yeah, I see her. She looking fine.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right, Martin. Well, I don't. Fourth UFO shot down by U.S. military. This is on ABC. That's a year ago. Caught on camera. All right. Well, you're gonna have to send me a link. Oh, here's alleged UFO spotted in New York during Blue Angels show. Let's see what we got.
Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen it's on news, a UFO caught by a lady that she was on a plane. I think it's by the airport of Los Angeles, I think she said.
UFO.
And they caught it. They caught it on tape.
Let's bring it up.
Yeah, but it's like that. And there's something flying fast and is flying higher than them.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. This lady thinks she caught a UFO.
Not only that, I thought we talked about this. The CIA already said that.
Yeah, hey man, I believe in this. I believe there's shit up there, absolutely. So, all right, cool, Martin. Well, look, buddy, thank you for calling in. Have you seen Jesus lately? Another vision of him in the sky?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the weird thing. It's just a normal cloud. I'm not crazy.
Oh, wait, so you think it was Jesus, not a cloud? You think Jesus was showing up for you?
I mean, he was showing up everybody. If you would have looked up, you could have saw him too. I just was the lucky person.
Well, why? Okay, so if Jesus is real, you believe in Jesus, right?
Yes.
So why doesn't he come hang out? Why don't I ever see him?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, am I a bad guy?
You don't really believe him. You said you don't.
Why would I believe in him if I don't see him?
But see, that's the thing. You don't see oxygen. You don't see air.
Yeah, but there's evidence of those things. I can measure those things. I know they exist. And you can see those on certain spectrums or with certain, if you look at a microscopic level.
Okay, but everybody, people die every day and you don't see them die, but it's true.
Sure you see them die. What are you talking about?
Not the public ones.
Okay. I mean, I've seen people die.
Yes.
Okay. I don't understand. Okay. Well, Martin, if you see Jesus again, will you just tell him to come visit?
Okay.
Yeah?
You trying to make a joke or what?
Well, make a joke. I'm saying if you see Jesus again, say, hey, I know this guy. named Jaffe. He's got this stream. He's agnostic. He doesn't not believe, but he doesn't believe in anything.
So can I ask you a question? What does it make you believe?
What's that?
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What does it make you believe in him?
The same thing that makes me not believe in video games coming out of my console and dancing the merengue in my living room, because I've never seen anything to suggest it's real.
Come on now. Video games.
In other words, it's as unbelievable to me as that, because there's zero evidence of it. So why would I believe it?
Okay, but we could say the spiritual feelings.
Yeah, but those can easily be explained by psychological reasonings.
See, every time there's an answer, you keep saying, "Oh, but there's something else that can explain."
Because I'm telling you the truth. I'm not trying to be difficult.
No, you're denial.
Well, it's not denial. Can you prove Jesus is real?
By his words, yeah. His words help.
Yeah, but
and there's wisdom in it, and there's knowledge.
Anybody could tell you he wrote those words. You have no proof those are.
And someone wrote it.
What?
I said he spoke them and someone wrote it.
How do you know that?
Well, no one knows, but someone like that is wise, and all that spoke about the future, and then wisdom and spiritual.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't.
No book like the Bible.
I could have written the Bible. The Bible's just a book. I mean, just like, what Joseph Smith said, he found these golden plates from God and everybody just believed him. I mean, you can say anything. Doesn't mean it's true, right? A lot of people, let me ask you this. What's more likely, that mankind, who has shown since they have been Homo sapiens that they like to manipulate other people in order to get money, power, wealth, basically made all this stuff up and lied in order to get money and power and wealth, or that the stories in a lot of these different religions are true? Which is more likely?
I mean, we know that's true. That's happening now. But like I said, those words, there has to be someone that smart and that wise, and then to help someone. And like I said, Jesus was talking not only about the future, but spiritually. Like I said, he was a wise person. And it helps millions.
There's lots of wise people, and he certainly didn't help millions.
Not like that, though. Come on now.
Well, okay, what did Jesus say that predicted the future? Give me one prediction
he was going to die. And that was basically, he was going to die.
Well, I can tell you we're all going to die. Does that mean I'm like Jesus?
No, but he knew. And he even said that y'all were going to betray me. He said someone's going to betray me in this table.
Yeah, but that's a story.
Okay, no. But that's what he said, though.
Here's what I'll tell you, buddy.
He said that, though. Come on now.
Does believing in Jesus bring you peace in your life?
Yeah, that's why I say his words help people.
I'm glad for that. What I'll tell you, Martin, is life is tough and it's chaotic and it doesn't make any real sense. And anything that gets you through the night is A-okay by me, as long as it doesn't hurt other people. So I'm glad you've got something to help you with that. I love that you called in. I'm glad to hear from you again. I'm glad you're doing well. Call back in the future. Let us know how you're doing. All right.
Yeah, I like talking to you.
Me too. Look, hey, if you dress up convincingly and you look like a lady, I'll take you to the Olive Garden. How's that sound, Martin?
Yeah, it's going to be like $200.
That's all right. You're worth it, baby. Come on now. All right, Martin. Good to talk to you, man.
All right. Hey, hold on.
Alfredo's the best there.
Hell yeah. All right, Jeffrey.
See you, bud.
Thank you.
I got myself a date. What do you think about that, Tech Protect? Got myself a date. Why can't we get sponsorship from the fucking Olive Garden? That's what I want to know. I love them so goddamn much. I love their fettuccine Alfredo sauce so goddamn much. No calls.
They're not happy with you tweet saying that your viewers are fuck sticks, and that's too on brand with their breadsticks. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Listen to this now. Listen to this. This is an interesting new law. I usually don't like all these regulations in my life, but this one's not too shabby. A state lawmaker. This fellow is in Connecticut. His name is Martin Looney, and that's very unfortunate for him. But that's his last name, Martin Looney. Senator Looney of New Haven, Connecticut, proposed a bill on January 21st. It aims to require, this is a quote now from the bill, require that each movie advertisement or listing included and separately list the scheduled start time for the movie for trailers and advertisement that precede the advertised or listed movie and the advertised and listed movie time. Think about that. He says, I'm tired of these people going to the movies and having to sit there for 40 minutes. Here's what he says. He says, look, man, it seems like, I added the man to make you think I was kind of charming, but here's the actual quote. It seems to be an abuse of people's time. Looney told the register, can't do the last name. Looney told the Register Citizen, if they want to get there early and watch promos, they can, but if they just want to see the feature, they ought to be able to get there just in time for that. Must not be a whole lot going on in Connecticut, huh, Martin, says IndieWire, but hey, we can sympathize. When buying tickets on the AMC website or the app, a small question mark you can mouse over next to a movie's does say, please allow approximately 20 extra minutes for pre-shows and trailers, but this now would turn it into a law, basically, at least in Connecticut. It's not bad. It's not bad. I kind of like that. Yeah. Marco says 40 minutes of commercials is insane. I love trailers at the movies, but there is a point where it's like, okay, especially if you're like paying for a babysitter and all that shit. And you're like, Jesus, man, the movie says it starts at 8. It's like going to a Kanye West show. It says it starts at 8. He goes on at 10. It's a little ridiculous.
Do you think they should have that for video games? The tutorial takes 25 minutes on average.
I don't understand. Have what for video games?
Like a disclaimer, like, hey, you can get this game, the tutorial, and you're gonna have to talk to all these people. Like, what was that one game that came out on Game Pass, the Rising something or whatever? It's the elemental, you can freeze things and climb.
I liked it, but it took a while. What was that thing called? Eternal Strands.
Eternal Strands. Wouldn't it be nice if, like, you got the game and it was like, hey, by the way, tutorial's 40 minutes.
I mean, what do you... no, I don't think that makes sense because, because then you have to get into the sort of the subjective question of what is a tutorial and how is it, I think what you're complaining about are bad tutorials, right? But there are, when does a tutorial stop being a tutorial and just be a note on the screen saying, oh, hey, if you want to double jump, do this, right? It's kind of, I think it's too fluid to kind of be that concrete about making rules about it. But I do agree that a lot of that shit goes on way too long. There's no doubt. Father Alex says, hey, look, man, if you leave the world as a non-believer, how would you answer? When you asked who was your Lord at Judgment Day, when you are being judged before entering heaven or hell? What? I don't even what? If I die and I appear at Judgment Day, I'd say, hey, Judgment Day, this is cool. Those Christian people were right. Okay. And then what? Then they say, oh, you're going to hell? And I would say, why? And they'd say, well, because you didn't believe in Jesus. And I'm like, well, I didn't believe in Jesus. You didn't do anything to make me believe in Jesus.
Speaking about Jesus, we also have a caller waiting. It's
I see Hector.
Friend of the stream and handsome as hell, Hector Howe.
I'm tired of this. Everybody who sees Hector talks about how good looking he is. It's kind of annoying.
He's good looking and he's creative.
My brother, when I was playing D&D, Hector's our dungeon master. I got a gay brother, and my brother's like, he's hot. I'm like, you know what?
Are you not a fan of the truth?
I'm tired of people with pretty privilege. And honestly, Hector is the least hot person I know, maybe because he's the dungeon master.
I'm heating up.
It's like, it's Hector. What are you talking about? He's hot. He's the guy who's like, I'm Guy, the warrior. What are you talking about?
He has clear skin and he's like mathematically symmetrical.
Hector, do you get people telling you you're a good looking person a lot?
No.
You should.
Well, I mean, you dropped that fucking log and now you're off? I don't know. Chat, do you guys think Hector is a good-looking fellow? Let me make him big on the screen. Hang on a minute.
Wow. I'll have to do my best pose here.
Yeah, no one's saying anything. Hook
that's
Hector up
great.
with your bro. I don't know if Hector's into the bros. I have no idea what he's into.
I'm
I
not
don't care.
saying
None of my business. But all I'm saying is, yeah. So I'm trying to see if what people think about how you look. Do you think you benefit from pretty privilege out in the world?
I've never thought about it. I
Oh,
sometimes
shut
I
up,
don't think I do.
idiot! Come on, man. What are you on a fucking PR tour with your movie or something? I've never thought about it. Shut up. If I had a symmetrical face,
there
and
have
I
been
wasn't,
times that I've genuinely thought I did not. So
okay, fair. By the way, I do want to say I did see your super chat, Pompish. I'm not ignoring you. I just don't know, what do you want? He's like, "Are you ignoring me?" I'm like, I'm not ignoring you. Ask me something, man. Good to see you, though, Pompish. What's going on, pal? All right, Hector, what do you want to talk about?
well, good evening, first and all, and good evening to you all in the chat.
Good evening.
I had to call in. I've been waiting to see if there's a topic that made sense to
Okay.
but because I live in New Haven, Connecticut, where that lawmaker is from.
Oh, okay.
And so like I have to. So does David, and so does Victor. For now, he's going to Japan later. But it's funny to me that would come out of a lawmaker in New Haven, considering in 2023 the only movie theater in the city closed here. So I used to walk there; it was great. Now it's closed.
Okay.
But on the topic of it, I think it's great. I think any more predictability in terms of going to movies is not a bad thing. It made me think, though, that knowing the end time of the movie might also be really helpful for viewers.
That would, when I was a kid, or when my kids was dropping them off, I was like, when do I pick you up? And they'd always have to go ask. And I'm like, yeah, that would be valuable. But I also get the sense, I don't know how old this Martin Looney is. Because I wonder, because it almost sounds like from the law, he thinks the movie times are still printed in the newspaper. Senator Looney.
Yeah, he's an older fellow.
And I'm just like, dude, like they said, go on the internet. He's an old dude. It's like, he's a little scary. Look at him. He's looking at you. Here's a picture of good Sir Looney for you guys who are curious. Where'd it go? Here it is. I mean, this is the man, the myth, the legend, Senator Looney. Senator Looney. Okay. All right. What else is going on? Pompish says this: I'm in the call room, ding dong. Don't make me vape. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. I don't see you in a call room. We're not on Discord tonight. Call in proper. Okay. So what else? I'm not making fun of anybody's mental health, you idiot. Come on now. What else is happening, Hector? What's going on? What do you want to talk about?
Sure. Let's see. I mean, that was a fairly straightforward topic. I'd had a previous idea, if you want it, when we were talking aliens.
Yes.
But the thought that jumped to my mind was a hypothetical, which is to say, if you were selected by whatever body or the aliens themselves to be the representative for Earth, how would you represent us?
Okay, it's a good question. I would probably say this. I would say that we are fundamentally, I think, kind and loving, but we have not evolved enough yet to get to a point where we are not still so controlled by the lizard brain part of us that is worried about food and shelter and survival, that tends to override so many of our decisions and our relationships with each other and the world at large, that it has created a situation that may prevent us from being around long enough to evolve into a species that is actually the best version of ourselves, because because our brain has also allowed us to invent a number of technologies that make life very, very difficult and could bring us to our extinction. So I am a big believer in our species, but I am also very cognizant of the fact that we're still baking in the evolutionary oven, and I don't know if we're going to get evolved fast enough to prevent our own self-destruction.
Imagine that. You'd be known as the guy who turned the aliens away.
I wouldn't want to turn them away. I would say, do you have anything for that, Doc? That's what I would basically say.
Yeah.
I mean, even if even if they said to me, look, you know, I'm going to have to take this memory away from you, but I can assure you our conversation will make sure that what you got out of it and what you shared will help increase the odds that you guys will be around long enough to evolve. And when you do, we'll be back. That would be great. So that's why I'm not a cynic. I'm a nihilist, right? I mean, but I like people. I like humanity. I think everybody is a genuinely good human that's just trying their fucking best. And everybody's born with their own bag of hammers, and not everybody has a society that's willing to work with those particular hammers. And so we have different experiences, and it's rough. It's rough is what I would say.
Well, that's lovely.
Yeah.
I like that. Thanks for engaging with the question. I wasn't sure if it was going to be the tone for today's stream or not, but
look, if it's a good question, I'm there. If it's a dumb question, I'm also there, but in a very different way. In a very different way.
Yeah.
I saw your thing about Super Bowl. Yeah. Maybe what we can do is I would love if we don't have to wait until next Sunday for the next one, but let's talk offline tomorrow, and let's try to schedule Sunday for Monday or Tuesday or something.
Yeah, just wanted to touch base on it. Perfect.
Excellent.
Thank you. Before Hector goes, we have a question, I think, for both of you guys.
Okay, Pompish says, thank you, Pompish. Have you ever gotten a blowjob in the back of an Olive Garden parking lot asking for a friend? No.
No.
But that's because the Olive Garden is a very classy place. And whenever I go there, I wear a tuxedo. And if you've ever worn a tuxedo, you know those are very hard to get out of in order to receive said blowjob. And in that
logistical problem.
Yeah. Now Burger King is very, very different. You can wear whatever you want to Burger King, but I show up at the Olive Garden in a way that shows respect and decorum and love for their breadsticks, salad, and fettuccine Alfredo. Pompish, thank you for the question. And Hector, thank you for calling in. I appreciate it, buddy. I'll see you soon.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Have a good night.
Anytime, sir. Okay. If we do get technology, BD says, the government will say it's alien if we get disclosure. Cool. I'm fucking down for that. Okay. Can I show you some stuff now? Are we ready? I want to show you something. This was from 1987. 1987. The Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. And, here's the title of the YouTube video. The 1987 Marvel Universe. Now, this was before the movies. Blade had not even come out yet. The 1987 Marvel Universe Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade float is the greatest thing you've ever seen. It's a 1 minute and 47-second trailer or video. You don't have to be a baby. It's not going to hurt you to watch it. Here we go. Let me get myself off the screen here. Let me make this bigger.
Quick, Captain America.
Hey!
Wolverine needs your help.
Oh, who's that? That's Magneto. Wait a minute. Oh, that's fucking the Enchantress? That's a fucking deep cut for the Macy's Parade. And Power Man? Look at Power Man. Yeah, Cap's gonna punch Dr. Doom. Come on. Is that RoboCop? What the fuck?
I'll be back.
Why is RoboCop there? What? And Emma Frost, Daredevil, cool. What the fuck is happening? That's the Sanctum Sanctorium. There was Green Goblin, there's Hulk. Look at Green Goblin. Green Goblin's cool. Where's Spidey? fuck's happening? What the fuck's happening? No Spider-Man? Okay, all of that's great, and we even got to see Wolverine, but what in the fuck? Hang on a minute. I don't understand. Am I wrong? Is that RoboCop? Right? That's fucking RoboCop, right? That's fucking RoboCop. Yeah, exactly. Luke Cage's DEI, right? Yeah, Wolverine looks derpy, but I'm telling you something, fellas, that's bizarre. That's fucking weird that RoboCop suddenly shows up in the Marvel universe. That was 87, the year the movie came out. So but that's just weird. It was almost like he was like, we're gonna use the float later for RoboCop's float, and he was ready for his thing, and he just was like, oh, I'm already in here, guys. You want some help? I don't know what was happening there. But anyway, that's, there's that. So be aware that exists in the world. Okay. I also want to show you, let me just tell you something about girls softball. I'm tired. Girls softball is the greatest. And you know how there was a kind of a bump with Caitlin Clark for the WNBA. We need that with softball. Girls softball, I'm sorry, it's better than MLB because I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they're like, fuck it, we're more acrobatic. I don't know what it is, but the plays they do are so much more dramatic. This one was from today. It was Texas A&M playing Utah State. Look at the catch this woman does. This is impressive. Here you go.
317.
Ball. I'm such a fan. It's really good. Sydney Sweeney, I'd watch that. I'd watch that. I love watching softball. You goddamn right. It's those thick thighs, says Rob, makes the difference. Girls, anything where they're in tight uniforms. Yeah, there's that too. All right. Anyway. All right. Let's move on. Look at this. This is impressive. This is China's bite dance. Their AI. And I'm just going to show you this one thing because you could show this. You could show this to a bunch of kids in school and they would absolutely believe it's fucking real, right? Check this shit out. This is Albert Einstein. What?
What would art be like without emotions? It would be empty. What would our lives be like without emotions? They would be empty of values. So a famous classical poet said, we hate and we love. Can one tell me why? Catullus. Science does not answer why questions. What would art be like without emotions?
If you were a kid and they showed you that in school, you would fucking believe it.
And I know about this.
This is AI. This woman's AI.
On top of the Olympic podium and feel the weight of that gold medal around my neck. And I wouldn't have been there had it not been for the you will become. And I know about this because I had the opportunity.
It's getting insane. Now, Bill Maher does not look as good, though.
And is currently working on perfecting reusable rockets, space travel, connecting the human brain directly to computers, connecting cities with electromagnetic bullet trains, the Starlink satellite system that's so important to the war in Ukraine. And then on Tuesday, it's going to work on that. My first guest.
Right. His looks a little lame, but I mean, this shit's amazing. I just wanted to show that to you. I wanted to share that now. I have something to tell you guys. Okay. Listen to this. This is a story from the news somewhere. It is pretty fascinating. Let me ask Tech Protect. Tech Protect, can you saddle on up to the bar? Listen to this. Do you know why we ever say tick tock and not talk tick? Or do you know why? Don't Google it. Don't you fucking Google it. Or do you know why we say ding dong and not dong ding? Brad says, let Tech Protect play Civ for God's sakes.
I'm not playing Civ. No one said that in chat either. You're making this up. I would assume it's like a a musical turn of phrase.
Well,
I want to say that the higher pitch to the lower pitch is also like very prominent in our language.
Well, it's the same reason we say King Kong and not Kong King. It turns out it's an unwritten rule of English that native speakers know without knowing. Yeah? Would you like to know the details?
Sure. Let's pull it up.
Well, the rule, explains a BBC article, is if there are 3 words, then the order has to go I, A, O. If there are 2 words, then the first word is the I word, and the second is either A or O. Mish, mash, chit, chat, dilly, dally, shilly, shally, tip, top, hip, hop, flip, flop, tic, tac, sing, song, ding, dong, king, kong, ping, pong. There's another unwritten rule at work in the name Little Red Riding Hood. Adjectives in the English language absolutely have to be in this order: opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose, noun. We don't even know we're doing it. Listen. So you can have a lovely little old rectangular green French silver whittling knife. But if you mess with that word order, you'll sound like a maniac. So so let's try it. So silver whittling French knife. I don't know if that's, well, it's kind of true. French silver whittling knife, whittling French silver knife. Maybe. The explanation why we say little green men and not green little men, but big bad wolf sounds like a gross violation of opinion. It won't, if you recall the first rule about IAO, it's a little complicated now. My brain's losing it. The rule seems, all 4 of these horses' feet make exactly the same sound, but we always say clip, clop, never clop, clip. The rule even has a technical name, if you care to know. It is the rule of ablaut reduplication. That's all I know. But what I'm telling you about this rule is it's not a rule like the brain can't handle it. It's, I guess it was, I don't know. The one thing the article doesn't say is it a rule that came about because of our brain, or is it a rule that came about and then we just sort of, it was lost to time and history and we just do it, but we don't really think about it. I don't know. But I wanted to share that because now you know stupid things like I do. Speaking of knowing stupid shit like I know, I would like to show you one of my favorite sites on Instagram. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Here it is. It's this guy who does these things. I love this shit so much. Look at that. People like, oh, well, it's AI. I know it's AI, but look, isn't that the greatest thing? And he has a whole website or a whole feed of this shit, right? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this one. Look at that shit. I love this. I'd watch a total horror movie like this. I think AI horror is the coolest fucking shit, man. And this site is called Daryl Lanselmo, but I want to let you, oh my, creepy. But I want to let you know there's even a better one out there if I can find it real quick. So if I go to my profile and I go to who I'm following, it is, oh, see, these are reversed. I don't want the new ones. There's one that's just really insane. I'll have to show you later, but it's really fucking cool. Oh, is this boring? My AI section? No, it's scary shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're too scared to look at it, but it is pretty fucking cool. That's all I'll fucking say. All right, hang on. Let me show you one other thing then real quick. Well, that's cool. How can you not love that? Who wouldn't want this rug in their home? The Sarlacc pit as a fucking rug. Come on now. Come on now. What else do we got up here? I'm not going to show you that. You don't deserve to see that. This is amazing though. This will put an end to police chases. Check this shit. Look at this. So he rams into the car. All he has to do is make contact with one of the back tires. That's it. Now watch this. And that's it. Chase over. Isn't that something? Here's another one. Now that one's more advanced. This one's a little bit this one's what are the other one? There's another one that's a little bit more basic than that one. Where it kind of, wraps the back tire in sort of some kind of net. Does the same thing, but it's not as clean cut as this one. So that was pretty good too. This guy's riding a bicycle on a train. Explain physics to me for a minute. Oh, look at this shit. So he's going this way. So he's getting a burst of speed, right? Or it's the opposite. If the platform's moving in this direction and he's going in this direction, he's going to go faster, right?
No.
Or it's the other way.
No, there's no relative speed change. He is just matching the speed of the train going this way as he goes that way.
So it's not pushing back on him?
No. It's the same as if you're in a car, you can toss a ball in the air and catch it.
Right.
You don't toss the ball and it just boom.
Yeah, but when he leaves the train though, he's no longer at the mercy of the motion of the platform. So when he does a jump, the train's doesn't he have to take into account the fact that his speed is stopped but the train is moving?
No, he's maintaining his force and momentum in that direction. Or I guess this direction.
Okay, so you think the momentum is enough because the speed is steady?
Yeah, if anything, it's easier to do this because the platform is moving towards him, so he has less effort to push against.
Right. So if he was putting the same effort into it, but the train wasn't moving, he would jump not as far.
Yeah, he would have to. Well, for two reasons. I guess one major reason. Since he's not really fighting the air, since he is stagnant compared to airflow, he has no real air resistance on him. So it's easier this way. Because he's just hovering, essentially.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So if the train had not moved, he would have to put in more effort.
Yeah, because he's fighting air resistance, yeah.
Right. Interesting. Isn't that cool? That shit's cool, man.
You want to do this summer?
No, but I will say that I mentioned to Calvin last night, I said that when you guys come into town, we might go to a gun range. And I said, do you want to go? And Calvin's like, yeah, can I wear earphones or headphones? I said, yeah, of course. And so, yeah, we're going to go shoot some targets. I've never been to a gun range.
Have you seen shooting headphones before?
No. I mean, I've seen them in the movie. I've seen them in the movies.
They're a cool technology you may not have heard about, but I have a pair that I use, and you put them on, and they have internal speakers and an external mic. And so what they do is they listen around, and anything under a certain decibel range, it'll play through the speakers in the headphones. And anything over the decibel range, they just will not play through the speakers. So it's soundproof to the environment around you, so you don't hear the bullets as loud.
Okay.
But if someone's talking to you, the technology understands, oh, that's a soft voice. I will pick up on that and I will direct it into the speakers. So you can have these.
How much do those cost?
Yeah, like $30.
Okay.
The technology's been around for such a long time that it's gotten cheaper. I remember back in the day these were like $200, and now they're
cheap. I want to shoot like a handgun or like a Magnum. I want to shoot something that I want to see how my targeting is, because the shotgun's whatever. I don't care about that.
Most ranges won't let you shoot a shotgun inside.
Okay.
More than likely, we'll let you shoot a revolver because that's cool. Revolvers are fun.
Yeah.
And then we'll get you in like a Glock. It's the most user-friendly handgun you can have, in my opinion. People are going to hate me for making that statement, by the way. Those are the light guns. We will live stream it.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, we will.
So.
Yes, we will live stream it. Yes, I don't like guns either, but I am very, very curious about. I want to do that, man.
Yeah, we should also get you on a rifle. Rifles are way less scary than handguns. Handguns are scary.
No, you don't understand. You have to understand. This, my friend, is this is what I've shot. If you want to talk scary, this, and it was shooting blanks, but it was, to have this gun and to be firing this gun was was a real hell of an experience, because this was, that was terrifying. Honestly, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why it was, but it just was, to have this and hold this and shoot this fucking thing. So I'm not too worried about, because they're not going to let you shoot something like this, I'm pretty sure, at the gun range. Right? I mean, they don't let you shoot those things. Correct?
Sorry, my mic is muted. Yeah, if you come to Vegas, we can definitely shoot that gun. That's, yeah.
Oh, well, that's where I was. I was in Vegas, but it was cool. Hey, by the way, I want to say thank you very much. We got Alan Cayenne. Thank you so much, buddy, for the super chat. I appreciate it. And then Travis for 8 months. Thank you, sir. He says, thanks for the entertainment. You goddamn right, sir. Thanks for being here for it and being part of our community. And thank you both for the support. I appreciate it. All right. Well, there's let's see. Those are all the topics I have. But, we can talk a little more if anybody's got something they want to talk about. If not, not a problem. Not a problem. We can wrap it up, and I'll see you guys in the morning for the Gavin and Game show.
How's the energy? Are you feeling tired?
I definitely want. Yeah, well, I'm going to take the dog out, and I'm going to get the groceries, and then I'm thinking I'm going to do some streaming of Kingdom Come 2. But I'm going to do it on a separate stream, because I don't want to do it on. I don't want to do it on Talk Studio, because I want the picture to look better. What do I think of God of War Egypt? I think it could be pretty cool. Holy shit, Masochistic just sent us this. Let's pop this up on the screen. Look at this fucking thing. Hang on. Share this tab. Thank you, Masochistic. I want to see you have Daniel Vavra on. I have been talking to him. He and I talked today, so he may actually come on the show. He said he wants to. It was like 3 a.m. when I was talking to him, so we'll have to see in the morning if we can schedule something. But I certainly want to. All right, let's see what this is.
I can't do it.
Oh, what he's trying to walk while he's shooting.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. It is tough.
Why are you getting in front of it? Stop walking back. You want to shoot it standing first before you try to walk? No. Okay. Okay, baby. Yeah, I stood still. All right. Okay, try it. Here we go. I can't do it. How'd you do that? One more try. One more try.
Okay. I'm coming back for redemption.
Okay, John, I made fun of you, but color me impressed.
Look at me, I'm John.
I want him to do it. John, let's go.
John do it while Byron too. Kind of.
Guy looks like a G.I. Joe dude.
Wow. God. Damn. Here we go.
That's cool. I ain't gonna lie, that's fucking cool. Thank you, Masochistic, for sending that. Castlevania Lord of Shadows. I haven't played that. But I will tell you, I saw today there's a rumor that there's a new Castlevania AAA game that is being made that will be announced this year. And then the guys who did, by the way, Lord of Shadows and Metroid Dread, by the way, they also have a new game coming out that they've announced before, but today there was like a hammer next to an anvil, and it was like forge your own legend or something. And it's kind of a teaser, so I don't think we know what it is yet. Do you enjoy the Royal Rumble? I did. It wasn't absolutely staggeringly wonderful. It had its moments. I thought Jake Paul was great. I thought the men's match was much better than the women's match. Loved seeing Alexa Bliss back. It was good. It wasn't great. It was like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it like a 6.5. But I am excited for WrestleMania. I want to see. And I thought the last 2 WrestleManias have been batshit wonderful and crazy. Yeah, send me some gun porn, whatever you want. I'll watch fucking videos with you guys if you want to watch some videos. I got, the only thing I really got to do in a few minutes is open the door for the groceries, because they're delivering groceries. And then I'll let Tony take over while I'm doing that. What am I on? Jaffe says Eternal. The women's Royal Rumble was so much better. I didn't think so. I just didn't. But I mean, I didn't think either of them were all that great. I thought they were both kind of like, decent, but Nothing amazing. So, FPS Russia has gun porn. I'm not quite sure. Are you saying go to a site called FPS
No,
Russia?
FPS Russia is one of the most popular gun YouTubers to have existed. I don't think he does content anymore. If you look him up on YouTube, FPS Russia.
Well, let's look up like cool.
Look up FPS Russia close call.
Wait, how about this? How about weapons of the U.S. military you won't believe exists?
The United States military is home
Now,
to...
it's a 20-minute video, which means I ain't watching the whole goddamn thing. But I'll watch a little bit of it.
I wonder if they have the vomit gun on there. Have you heard of the vomit gun, Jaffe?
Oh, yeah.
What's coming next could redefine how wars are fought. Stick around as we reveal the most insane weapons in the US military arsenal and uncover what makes them so terrifying to America's enemies. Let's begin with one of the most important examples of a new and cutting-edge weapon,
That's the
US
Helios.
Navy's Helios laser system. There's a lot to worry about.
And I saw that doesn't, they said they can fire almost indefinitely in terms of power usage, but
About if you're a US Navy sailor moving into a disputed area like the South China Sea. It's not just hostile aircraft potentially coming from nearby fortified islands or from the Chinese mainland, but also the arsenal of thousands of anti-ship, ballistic, and cruise missiles.
isn't it weird though? I want you to think about this. Isn't it weird that people will go and fight these stupid wars? I mean, they will lose their lives for what? For a bunch of propaganda. Not always. Sometimes there are just wars to fight, but more often than not. Oh my God, Pompish, no one is not talking to you. But say something. Everything Pompish is saying is, Jaffe, notice me. I can't do anything with that. But I'm here for you, Pompish. What do you want to talk about? But what I'm saying, though, is these people will give their fucking lives. And why? I'm going to mute myself to take this call for 2 minutes. Tech, go.
Yeah, guys. I think me and Jaffe have different opinions about the military, though, to be honest. I think if you can, maybe do. Do you not see me in the waiting room? No, Pompish, we do not see you in the waiting room. You may have joined a different fucking thing. Hold on. Let me make sure the link is correct. I'm gonna post
All right, listen. Hey, Tech.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so here's the deal. I have to go do this grocery thing. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
You want to run with it? Do you have control over the screen if you want to change what's on the YouTube, or can you put something up?
Yeah, I can put something up.
Okay, so I'm going to hide myself on stream, and I'm going to hide this on stream, and then take the show. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Sounds good. All right, so we're gonna watch some FPS Russia clips. Have you guys seen this guy? Hopefully you have. Fucking super famous YouTuber. It's Russia. Share screen. Pull this up. My face is massive right now. That's crazy. Let's make it less massive. There we go. Close call. All right, guys, we're gonna watch a FPS Russia close call compilation made 12 years ago with 15 million views. This is old YouTube. This is like ancient YouTube.
Let's blow some shit up.
All right, I have this muted. Let's unmute the tab. You guys can watch. Yeah, the fucking fridge door. Oh, a bunch of shit goes his way.
That wasn't safe.
Jesus. Like, just for the fun of it. By the way, I'm pretty sure he ended up going to jail for like an ATF investigation, and that's why he stopped YouTube a while ago. There's no one in the waiting room, by the way.
Let's get a nice big explosion, maybe a little shrapnel going.
That video right fucking there. Jeez, look at this. That car door is right next to him. That's right there. That would have cut him in half.
Maybe a lot of shrapnel.
There's no shot. There's just no shot. In some explosions, he does not use hearing protection. That is strange. It is strange. His camera guy caught a piece of shrapnel. There is, I think, a couple of stories where, yeah, the guy recording with him got hit. So I think what FPS Russia did, I think I watched a documentary on YouTube about what happened to him. He essentially set up a business to be a gun dealer, right? So he had a gun store that he ran, and that's how he got the permissions to get these these fancy weapons and stuff. And I think the ATF investigated him for months and eventually like showed up at his door and was like, "You're fucking around with guns too much, dude. We can't do this anymore." Especially his last video, he's like this car door coming within fucking inches of him. That would have torn him up. He would be gone. He'd be dead. That's it. There's no question about it. Yeah. So he did go to jail. He eventually went to jail for a couple of years, I think. That's why he's not doing YouTube.
What is Pompish saying? He says that's not true?
That's not true. I know the FPS story. It's here in this video. It's like why he was missing for 5 years.
The life of FPS Russia ended up being even more insane than anyone ever expected. Sure,
that's the guy who had the site.
Daily had already set the
So FPS Russia was a YouTuber, right? And he was fucking around with guns a lot. And he would show these videos. He really tied it to like Call of Duty, right? So if there was a gun in Call of Duty that was very popular, like in Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, he'd be like, all right, we're going to shoot the Dragunov on our YouTube video, and we're going to blow up like a hot tub. We're going to blow up a truck.
The bar of insanity higher than any other YouTuber.
Pretty sure.
FPS Russia was then sent to prison for...
Yeah, he did go to prison.
For a variety of different reasons. In the process,
Johnny Utah says his partner was murdered.
Collection. It's probably safe to say that in the beginning, Kyle Myers, the creator of FPS Russia, wouldn't have expected any of this. He wouldn't have expected that his channel would become the 9th most subscribed on all of YouTube in late 2012, and definitely wouldn't have expected that it would eventually land him in prison. So
listen to this. All right, enough. Why is that so loud?
What's loud?
Is that your fan?
They're doing air raids of Las Vegas right now. Hashtag Russia. I talked about FPS Russia too much. Now they're here.
Maybe. Okay, listen. Here's what's happening with the show tonight. We're going to wrap this show. I'm going to put groceries away. Then I'll be back in like 20 minutes, and we will be streaming... What's that game? Oh, we're not on the stream. Am I on the stream? I'm on the stream.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Yes. I like quite a bit that game. So here's what I'll say. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on this show. If you liked it, like it, subscribe, consider a membership. We'll be back tomorrow with the Gabbin' and Games, and back again with a Jaffe Talks tomorrow night. And oh yeah, hey, member stuff on Saturday. Listen now. Member Saturday, we're going to be playing a full motion video game with member input called The Complex. And then around 4, but I'll give you information, we're doing a pot and popcorn. So everybody, if you want, can watch the complex, but only members can actually play it. But then the pot and popcorn is for Diet Soda soldiers and mods only. And we're definitely doing one movie. We might do a double feature. So get your pot, get your popcorn, get your membership. And there you go. That's what's happening. I'll be back in about 20 minutes, and we'll be playing some Kingdom Come. Be well, be safe, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you, Tech Protect. Thank you, mods, all the super chats. Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you guys in just a little bit. All right. Here we go. Bye, y'all.